Facebook. How are we? How are we doing? So I'm in the office this morning. I've actually got a one-to-one client in today. So I quite often do one-to-ones on the weekends because it's when people are obviously not working. So we come in and the office is empty, so there's nobody else in. And we've got the whole place to ourselves, so we can hang out and learn and practice and do sort of stuff. So I'm in the office this morning working. And I'm in a great mood, and the reason for that is because yesterday I spent the whole day with one of my best friends in the world, and we've been friends for like over a decade. We've hung out, we've seen each other through the ups and the downs in life, let's say, ranging from like businesses, babies, divorces, all sorts of fun stuff. And yesterday was a really lovely day. We hung out, went to London, basically just hit Bond Street, looked at beautiful things. I really appreciated life for the day with one of my favourite humans on the planet. And it reminded me as I was wandering around that, life I wasn't able always to just wander down Bond Street and feel all right about it. Once upon a time, I would have been super out of place, super nervous to go into any of those shops. And it really made me appreciate the reason why I do what I do. It's not shopping, by the way, although that's fun. It's actually, the reason that I work so hard is so that I can spend the time with the people in my life that bring the real life stuff to my world, the people that contribute like the happiness and the laughter and the fun memories and all of those things. The reason I work as hard as I do, and the reason that I put in so much energy and effort to it, is so that I can have days like that with the people that I love. And I really just wanted to remind everybody, we've got one more month left of 2019. We've got one more month as of today left of this decade. And I think what I see online, offline, is that it's quite easy to get caught up in this whole, I've got to be doing business, I've got to be hustling, I've got to be billing, I've got to be this, I've got to be that, I've got to be this all the time. Sometimes it's really easy to forget why we do it in the first place. Like why we wake up every day and work a little bit harder than we did yesterday, why we go at it like we do. And everybody does this at different levels. Everybody puts in different levels of energy based on how they want their life to be, right? Not everybody's as crazy as me and wants to work on Sundays, but I do, because that's part of what I want from my life. Other people work way harder than I work, and actually that's okay because that's right for them. One of the things that everybody has to remember, and everybody has to bring back in line every now and then, you need to kind of check in on yourself, is that if you don't have time to appreciate the real life stuff, the stuff that happens outside of your work window, if you like, the ability to just go for a walk and appreciate the fact that it's green outside, appreciate the fact that you can sit down with your nan and have a cup of tea, because one day that might not be a thing. The fact that you can go on holiday with your parents, one day that might not be a thing. The fact that you can sit with your children and play with them because you're not at work working for somebody else. The real life stuff, whatever that is to you, take a minute today, right, as we enter the last month of the year, of the decade, and just remind yourself that if this year you've not made enough time for the real life stuff, if you feel like your balance has kind of drifted because you've been working so hard, because you've been so hungry to go out and get it, which is great, if you feel like your balance has drifted a little bit, maybe just take some time this month to look at what you're going to do in 2020 to really give time to you and the people that you love and the things that are important to you outside of business. Because if you don't, and I know this from personal experience, like 2017 for me was the year that my balance went completely west. My business was doing great and I was making loads of money, but my relationships in my life were falling to shit. And it's really, I learned this lesson then, is that actually there's no point having success. There's no point having a business that's billing. There's no point going out and hustling and trying to win if you've got nobody to enjoy the real life stuff with, because you've alienated everybody because you didn't give them the time, the effort and the energy that they need as well. So yeah, just a little reminder as we enter the end of the year, off the back of me having a day yesterday that reminded me just how grateful I am about my life and the real life stuff I have in my world and the real life people I have in my world. It's just to remind you guys that it's important to remember to balance, and it's important to go out and get it, but There's no point going out and getting it if you've got nobody to enjoy it with, and you've got no time to give to anybody that's really, really important in your world. So give time to that this month. If you haven't done it this year and you've been guilty like I was, and like many of us are, of prioritizing maybe the wrong things, then give some attention to how you're going to fix that in 2020. Enjoy your Sunday. I'm going to go and make some peanut butter on toast now while I wait for my client to come in. I'll speak to you later. Have an amazing day.